Matt, you still in here? We're gooning right now? Holy shit. Dedicate one of those strokes to me. Alright, do I time him out for that? Yeah, but before I got sidetracked by one of my mods gooning to me, I'm just remembering the Auto concert I went to. That concert was so good. I loved the concert, but everything other than the concert during that trip was just the worst experience of my life. I hate San Jose. San Jose is the worst fucking city ever created. Like, oh my god. Okay, so let's start with just the fact that I missed my BART, or which one is it? Amtrak. I missed my Amtrak train just because I woke up like slightly late and the bus that I was gonna take there was not gonna not gonna be there on time, so that sucked. Oh, by the way, let me preface this by saying, can you see my lazy eye? Yeah, I can't see out of this eye, so I'm not allowed to drive or anything right now. I believe there's some type of like slip I can get signed to allow me to drive, but I have other things to do before I can do that. So I missed my train. I ended up taking a commuter's bus to Dublin. I arrived in Dublin. I went to like the shopping center that was near the bus stop. So I was hanging out in the shopping center. I went and bought a new shirt just in case like the one that I got dirty because I was realizing that I would have to stay the night over there. So I was also worried about a hotel. So I bought a new shirt and I got some coffee. I spilled coffee on the new shirt, which I probably shouldn't have started wearing in the first place. Just waited till, I needed it. I walked back to the bus station. While I'm on my way there, though, there's this homeless guy who's like limping around and he's like just kind of yelling at people, not in like a mean way, in almost a helpful way, actually. So he's like yelling at this guy and he's like, it's so hot out here. You got to drink the water. You got to drink at least like 2 gallons of water today because it's just so hot out here. And valid. It was the middle of July. He also had this like dog that was following him. I'm not sure if it was his dog or not. It was just like a little Pokemon that was following him around because he didn't have a leash for the dog. Like the dog wasn't on a leash or anything, but he was following the guy. And then the guy kind of like took notice of me walking into the little underground thing where you get your Clipper card, and he focuses me. You gotta drink the water. You gotta drink at least 2 gallons of water today. Like saying it like that, and like he's really kind of slurring his words. And then the dog like parts ways from him, which is what made me think like, oh, are these two not hanging out together? So that was kind of weird. I got kind of scared. I had to kind of hurry my way over the Clipper card thing. And the person at the who was like attending the booth for the trains, he he was not having it. Like he didn't say a word. He wasn't trying to help me. He just looked fed up. So luckily though, like that ended up fine. I didn't get fucking molested in a train bathroom. I arrive in San Jose. I take whatever bus it was at during the day. It had a reroute which I did not know while I was getting onto it, and I saw them like take a weird turn. So I was like, "Oh fuck, I need to get off this bus right now." So I pull the thing, I get off the bus, and I have to walk an hour and a half to my motel. Could I have called an Uber? Yes, but I'm broke. It was blazing hot. I was pretty sunburned by the end of it. There were like four different like festival level gatherings on my way there. The thing is, though, it made it really hard for me to walk through these areas. So the first one, I kind of just like had to squeeze through. It was fine. And during the second, uh, like festival I had to walk through, this lady got like really, really drunk, and she was doing some crazy stuff. Like she grabbed my entire ass. I got molested, basically, is what I'm saying. I got molested in San Jose by an old Mexican lady. So, I I didn't like I was doing my own thing though, so I didn't want to like make a big deal out of it. I just kind of sped off like a little, went into a little jog. Her husband though, I'm assuming it was her husband, looked at me really angry though. Like I'm glad I got out of there as fast as I did. Yeah, so from that point on, the next two were like really scary because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna happen again. What's going on? And like the thing is, I didn't know any of these were going on. So I'm passing through this one and like the music and everything is like fading out. And then all of a sudden, like as soon as it's like finally done, all you hear in the distance is "Mi amor, fuck, 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 please, no, God, no." There's another festival, so those two go by without a hitch. I'm just squeezing through, walking through the street, all that. And like, I know it doesn't sound that bad, but keep in mind, it was like 100 degrees outside. I'm wearing a long sleeve for some fucking reason. I am so sweaty. I'm getting sunburnt. Like, look at me. I'm pretty white. Like my skin is not set up for the sun. So I get to like the area my motel is supposed to be in, and in the parking lot it's a Motel 6. Like all I see is a Motel 6, so I'm like, do I have the right address? Please tell me I didn't just go to the wrong address. I'm like looking around, I'm like, I do not see a motel by the name of the motel that I booked, and it's only giving me this address. So I go into the Motel 6 like a waiting room, and they're like, yeah, it's just like it's in the same parking lot. We can check you into that one right here. So that was chill. It had me panicking for a little bit, but after that I just chilled in my hotel room for a little bit. I took a little nap, woke up, brushed my I didn't brush my hair actually. I forgot to bring a hairbrush because I didn't think I would need it. So I I wake up, I'm like, fuck, dude, I look all kind of ratty. I dip out, take the bus, which the bus was such a fucking. It was so annoying to just try to figure out because of all the like detours they had to take. So the one that I was on, it was supposed to be going down to like I think Milpitas, and then like my plan was to get off halfway through, but it took like seven different turns than what the map was showing. So I was like, I'm just gonna get off a little early. So I ended up taking an Uber for like $10. It wasn't that bad. But no, the concert was amazing. Everything about the concert, I fucking loved it. Otto is amazing. I love all of her music. So I'm not gonna talk much about that because I'm just complaining about fucking San Jose right now. Even during the concert, there's one thing that San Jose fucked up. The venue, I guess, like there was like a little square on the venue's projector that wasn't really working for some reason. I don't really know how to explain it, but like I guess you could only really see it from like my seat too, which sucked. There was just a little part of the projector that didn't have um, any of the images playing on it. But other than that, the concert was fucking amazing. I'm so glad I went. I get out of the concert after having like the time of my life. I bought some merch. I get on the bus going back to my motel, which is no longer on a detour, but my dumbass read Google Maps wrong somehow, and I got off a little bit early, and I ended up having to take an Uber because it was way too late for me to be walking. And I'm really glad that I didn't do that, that I didn't walk because where I live, there are like homeless people and stuff, but generally like I wouldn't be afraid to walk like the 20-30 minutes I would have had to walk. But like since I didn't really know San Jose that well, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call an Uber. I'm not taking the chance. So glad I did that. Now let me remind you, like all the heat really got to me So my head hurt really bad from like all the lights from the show, the really bad heat. I'm sunburnt and I'm just trying to lay down and go to sleep. And I like having the TV on as I'm going to sleep. So I throw on like Adult Swim, thinking I'd fall asleep to like a Family Guy episode, something I don't really have to lock into. But Family Guy was ending right as I turned on Adult Swim, and this show with the worst art style I've ever seen, the like stupidest fucking plot lines. I think they were making like acid from a turtle or something, and like that was supposed to be the show's ongoing plot line for I'm assuming the season. Um, Started playing, and like it was legitimately making me mad. I don't care about TV shows I don't like. I'll usually just turn it off or just turn something else on, you know? But for some reason, it just kept like, I just kept fuming about it and then looking back at the TV, and it kept me up for like half an hour, which was unfortunate. So I finally fall asleep and wake up the next morning, honestly, kind of well rested. I felt pretty good. So I'm walking down to the bus stop, and let me remind you, I'm blind in this eye. So I could have gone through this whole thing without ever knowing it was happening. Could have just walked by and not known. But, you know, me, I like taking in the scenery of the shittiest part of San Jose. So I'm looking around and I look to my right, and there's just this homeless guy jerking his nasty little meat in front of a pho place. I did not want to see this. And I don't just mean like, oh, he had his hand in his pants. So I know just is kind of a weird phrasing for that, but like he didn't have his hand in his pants. He was full trow down, like pants at his ankles, sitting on the steps leading up to a pho place, just jerking off. And like it was so fucking gross, dude. I I finally made it back to the bus stop, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to deal with San Jose anymore because after I get off this bus, it's just the BART station into like uh back into Dublin, back to my home. I go to scan my Clipper card, and you see me, I thought I was being smart. I tried to preload the cash from the Clipper app onto my card the night before. That doesn't work. It charged me $8 or however much I put in there. I think it was like $8 to like even out the thing for the next trip. It takes I think like 3 to 4 business days for that to work, and I was just like, what the fuck? Why? What? So I'm like panicking because my train's about to come and I won't make it on time to get to the commuter bus if I don't take this train. So I'm like walking around. I buy a new Clipper card, load $15 onto it. It doesn't work. I don't know why the fuck that one didn't work. I'm still trying to figure that out to this day. So I try loading more onto my other card through like the machine. That didn't work. And then I'm like, this whole time, dude, this when I first get there, this guy is like walking around asking people for cigarettes, right? And then he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, do you got a cigarette?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't smoke." And then I go over to the Clipper card thing, and I don't know why. I don't know if he like didn't hear me say no, I'm sorry, but he's like, "Oh, you just gonna ignore me like that?" And he's like yelling at me from halfway across the train station, like, "Oh, what? Your Clipper card isn't working? Wouldn't it be nice to have a friend with a Clipper card, huh? Ah, that's what you get. Ah, you a bitch." Like, oh, okay. Okay, man, I'm trying to figure this out right now. Could you like leave me alone? I'm kind of stressed. I'm telling a story about this concert I went to. The concert was nice, but everything surrounding it was like fucking awful, dude. Like I just went through this whole story, but I got like sexually harassed twice. This homeless dude was following me around, telling me to drink water. A different homeless dude was jerking off. Yeah, twice. Twice was crazy. Oh, but I forgot where I was with that story earlier. Oh yeah, the guy who was like fitting for a cigarette. Like if he had gotten like a little bit too close to me while he was saying all that, I might have like turned around and elbowed him. Like it was kind of scary the way he was like walking around and like really focused on just the fact that I didn't give him a cigarette. Like honestly, do I look like someone who smokes? To me, like smokers are either someone who's like leathery skin, like talking like this, and can I get a Marlboro? Can I get a Marlboro? But either that or like someone who just had sex, and like I definitely don't look like I just had sex. So like, why the fuck are you assuming I have a cigarette?